Have you ever lost something and found it years later? Yes. A piece of jewellery or perhaps a set of keys? Well, on a slightly grander scale, imagine how scientists in Europe felt when they found a space probe, the British Beagle 2, more than a decade after it vanished on a mission to Mars.
Well, our astronomer and space scientist, Dr. Alan Duffy from Swinburne University, joins us on the couch. How could they have been so careless?
It does sound a bit careless, right?
Doesn't it?
This was a mission that was watched by everyone in the UK and certainly in Europe as well. It was the entire nation got involved in this Beagle 2 effort to land the first probe onto Mars, at least for a British effort. And it went horribly wrong. It all detached beautifully. It seemed to travel towards the surface fine. It was supposed to land on Christmas Day back in 2003. I was an undergrad at the time. I was watching this as a physics undergrad. And it just went silent, and we never heard back. And it was actually quite a challenging lander. They had a parachute phase. The ultimate aim was to have these giant airbags in flight and it to bounce and roll around the surface for a bit. So everyone thought maybe that was the risky option, and this is why it failed. And it turns out, we've now seen it from space. It actually was able to deploy at least some of its solar panels. We've seen that glinting of the solar panels from space, which is remarkable itself.
But after 10 years, why does it suddenly appear?
It's a tiny, tiny probe in a very large planet. So here we can see a few images, 3 different times snapped by a NASA satellite in orbit. These are some of the solar panels, at least, glinting off, and we believe that not all of the solar panels unfolded, essentially like a petal. And this is actually what stopped it transmitting to us all those years ago.
Unlike a lost set of keys, they can't get it back.
No one's going to go pick that up. But look, it was pretty cool to have this vindication. Unfortunately, Colin Pillinger, the main lead of this science program, he died in May. And this had really been hanging over him for a while. He was very much publicly the face of it. He even got in Blur, the band, to do some of the jingle for it. I think Damien Hirst, the artist, even created a little picture for the image calibration. Everyone in the UK got on board this. And when it went wrong, it was a bit of a crushing blow.
Oh dear, that's so sad.
Have we got some pictures of that cyclone that we could see from space?
This is a terrifying but just stunning image. So this is the Cyclone Banzi. So this is Astro Samantha, or Sam is an Italian astronaut. She's up in the International Space Station, 430 kilometers above this enormous Category 4 storm as it was.
Wow.
And it's taken at night, and what you're seeing is lightning on the wall of the eye illuminating it. So this is a really remarkable image. I also like it as an astronomy geek because you can see that green glow. That was the air glow that's actually oxygen in our atmosphere, just calming down after the sun's been blasting all day. And here's another image. We see this. I'm really messing with your images today, but there was another image showing the lightning, an individual lightning bolt, again illuminating, and you can just see this perfect eye form. You know, speeds of 200 some kilometers an hour in the center. It's just, but it looks so tranquil.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
Now, we love having Australia parties, but you were going to ruin ours.
Astronomers, we weren't invited to any parties. We're geeks. No one invites us, right? So we were going to ruin everyone else's. So this is an asteroid. It's going to fly by. It's not going to hit. So there's been some internet rumors going around. It's 2004 BL86. It's about 500 meters or so across. This is a fairly large asteroid, and it's going to do a flyby. For Australians, we'll actually be able to see it towards the end of Australia Day, looking in the north towards the constellation Cancer. The whole idea of this kind of an asteroid and being a threat, we only tracked it since 2004. That's why it has this name. Such a large object comes screaming towards the Earth. You would hope to see it a little bit sooner than that. So NASA is trying to develop the technology to see these asteroids earlier. But this one is completely harmless. It's going to pass 3 times further than the Moon. That's not a problem. In fact, it is, though, the closest that will come to us until, I believe, 2027, when a larger asteroid is going to come significantly closer. So if we don't get our invite for Australia Day at that time...
That's when you're going to crash us. Okay.
And what are these new planets doing? Are there a couple of new planets we need to know about?
Yeah, look, this is a story that keeps coming every few years. There are the potential for 2 Earth-sized planets to be sitting on the edge of the solar system, past Pluto in the depths.
Yep.
And that's because we can see these little strange irregularities in the way that the outer planets are moving. There's some large rocks out there that seem to have this seem to be shepherding, something is shepherding them.
Okay, yep.
It may ultimately be the case that there's 2 Earth-like planet site there. Indeed, Neptune was discovered because of exactly this. We saw the changes in Uranus's orbit, and we're able to pinpoint that's where Neptune should be. So there's a great history of this in astronomy. This one, I've got a sneaky suspicion that it's just not particularly good measurements.
Okay.
All right. Well, I hope someone now invites you to the Australia Day party now that you've
It could be very valuable to have you there to point out what's happening in the skies.
All right, great to see you. Thanks, Alan, for coming in.